So, after all of my procrastinating and posturing, still struggling to make room for it, even after I got the damn game, I finally indulged in the Resident Evil 4 VR experience. We're gonna get into that, but first, I must bore you with some background shit, so please bear with. Like many mature gamers, I grew up with the OG Resident Evil series. Didn't spend a lot of time on the first for whatever reason. I did, however, really dig into the second and third games. I actually finished them, which is a rarity for my commitment challenged ass. By the time part 4 rolled around, I was more of a spectator. My wife had taken over Resident Evil duties, so between her and my two cousins, there just wasn't a lot of time for me to even fuck around with it. And to be honest, I probably enjoyed kicking back high as fuck watching them play it more than anything. All that means is that Resident Evil 4 VR is truly a brand new experience for me. This one seems to have taken a huge twist from a storyline perspective. The scene moves from the torch husk of Raccoon City to the bumfuck boonies in Spain. While there are some brain dead hicks to plow through, they aren't exactly zombies. So I'm not even sure what role the T-Virus or any other previously established lore aspects play in this one. Besides the most obvious. You assume the role of Leon, doing what he does best, play Captain Save-A-Ho. He's been tasked with finding the president's kidnapped daughter, but of course runs into a whole heap of near-death shenanigans along the way. I'm still making my way through it, but so far I'm loving this shit. They really knocked it out of the park with this port, and you can tell that simplicity was a priority. Everything from grabbing your gun and reloading to navigating the rural areas on the map is super easy. Even the gameplay itself is pretty straightforward. So I started on easy. So what? The whole experience is just refreshingly user-friendly, especially when compared to some of the other zombie games I played in VR, and I own quite a few of them. Simplicity aside, the game is not short on depth. There's a massive assortment of inventory items, including weapons, first aid, and various trinkets, which can all be managed in your little mobile backpack. I love how you can pause the game at any point to swap weapons or replenish your health, even if you're in the middle of a battle. While game saves don't have the same luxury, the typewriter locations are generously and conveniently situated throughout the environment. One of my least favorite aspects of Resident Evil and similar games is all the damn detail. You know, all the shit you have to do aside from maiming the undead. That's the kind of shit that led me to uninstall The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. There's just too much shit going on. There's some of that going on here with the puzzles and whatnot, but even those are manageable for old Schleprock. I got lost a few times, but compared to Saints and Sinners or old school Doom, getting around has been a breeze. It's almost like survival horror gaming for dummies, something I definitely appreciate. The creep factor is there, but it's not too heavy. Even for a stand-up guy like me, the intensity of the terror elements in Saints and Sinners can be a minor deterrent, to the point where you're like, I don't feel like fucking with this shit today. Guess the immersion of VR coupled with old age has made me a tad more shakeable. I ain't scared, nigga. You scared. What the fuck you talking about? Not sure about the replayability beyond the story, but to be honest, I'd be fine just running it back on hard or normal mode. There are also some mini games that I've skipped the first time around, so that's something else to look forward to if I do run through it again. The graphics definitely have a retro feel, but the game looks beautiful with enough immersion to call this my favorite zombie-based VR gaming experience to date. Before we close this little review, I want to touch on the controversy surrounding this game. Because, of course, we can't have nice things without someone wedging their panties up their own ass and crying out in a fit of outrage. On the same day the game dropped, I'm reading reviews on the Oculus Marketplace and I see cats going on about censorship. I had no idea what the fuck they were even talking about, so I do some research and come to find that some scenes and dialogue from the original were removed in the VR port. Apparently it's some pervy lines and upskirt shots of Ashley, the president's daughter you rescue in the game. So of course you've got cats talking about their boycotting the game, going on about libtards, impending socialism, go woke, go broke, and the typical butthurt rhetoric. Now I initially wrote all this off as nonsensical fuckery. But after rescuing Ashley and seeing them tits, I'm like, damn, that upskirt would have been cool. I know, I'm terrible. And I'm joking. Calm down, god damn. Serious though, I cracked the fuck up at how she closes her legs to prevent Leon's upskirt shot when she jumps down from the ladder. And especially when you go to try to touch her and they just make your hands disappear. Like, nah nigga, no shenanigans here. I never played the original, but I can't imagine those scenes and dialogue being particularly fap-worthy to begin with. Clearly none of this shit had a major impact on the story or quality of the game. Now if they would have left the stuff in, that would have been cool. But the fact that removing it caused such an uproar just typifies this current era of life. Fucking hilarious. The bitch got a flat booty anyway, so what's the big deal?
Don't just stand there! Help me!
So there it is, Resident Evil 4 VR. Well worth the wait for me. I'm so impressed that I'm hoping they import 2 and 3 over to the Quest sooner rather than later. Should I honestly take any Resident Evil at this point? I highly recommend it. Peace.